Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance officers from the 10th Separate Mountain Assault Brigade used a drone to blow up a Russian 152mm MSTAS self-propelled artillery mount, leading to a detonation of its ammunition. The video, released via the Telegram channel of Eskadron, a manufacturer and supplier of FPV kamikaze drones, shows the strike. The Telegram channel claims that the videos published, showing the destruction of Russian equipment, were conducted using drones related to Eskadron. An extremely good hit from the pilots of the 10th Separate Mountain Assault Brigade. The description of the footage read, "The video's quality does not allow us to confirm definitively that the destroyed equipment is a MSTAS. However, Ukrainian military Telegram channels report that it was indeed a MSTAS. The video shows the self-propelled gun camouflaged in a forest. The footage first captures a direct hit on the MSTAS, followed by an explosion, clouds of smoke and fire. A large explosion then follows as the fire quickly flares up. Perhaps one of the best detonations of ammunition of destroyed Russian equipment by Ukrainian troops in recent times, reported the Gruz 200 Ukrainian Telegram channel. The MSTAS is a Soviet and Russian 152mm self-propelled artillery unit designed to destroy enemy personnel, weapons, and military equipment, whether open or protected. The 2S-19 artillery unit is mounted on a modified T-72 tank chassis, which includes components and assemblies from the T-80 tank chassis, while the self-propelled gun's hull retains the tank's armor. Its turret is only protected against light small arms. The self-propelled howitzer's ammunition load includes up to 50 rounds of high-explosive fragmentation projectiles, Krasnopol laser illuminated guided projectiles, radio communication jamming projectiles, and more. The firing range of this self-propelled gun with a 2A64 cannon is 24 kilometers using conventional shells, which can be increased to 29 kilometers with active reactive ammunition. On the other hand, the Russian military has reportedly also lost 99,000 troops since the start of the Chasiv Yar campaign in April. On April 4th, Russian forces attacked Chasiv Yar, a Ukrainian stronghold in eastern Ukraine just west of the ruins of Bakhmut. 3 months later this week, they finally captured the town's most vulnerable neighborhood, its Canal district. But seizing this tiny part of Chasiv Yar, an industrial town that was once home to 12,000 people, cost the Russians thousands of casualties. The Russian military has reportedly lost 99,000 troops since the start of the Chasiv Yar campaign, and while not all of them died in and around Chasiv Yar, a significant portion of them certainly did. Russia has made some progress on the ground, and yet even this has come at massive costs, commented Mick Ryan, a retired Australian Army general. In expending so many lives for so little gain, Russia appears to have blown what might have been its last chance to strike a decisive blow against Ukraine in this war, Ryan added. Most likely, what happens next is what has been happening for months. Russian forces inch forward at enormous cost in people and equipment, while inflicting much lighter losses on Ukrainian forces. For every town or even neighborhood the Russians capture, they bury tens of thousands of their own troops, and the Ukrainian garrison in Chasiv Yar hasn't stopped fighting. Ukrainian spokesperson Nazar Voloshin said the garrison retreated a few blocks to the west, across the north-south Siversky-Donetsk-Donbass Canal, because Russian bombs and artillery had destroyed all the buildings in the canal district. Defensive positions on the western side of the canal are easier to defend, as the Russian must first cross the canal, an awkward though not impossible maneuver before directly assaulting Ukrainian lines. It might surprise some that the Ukrainian garrison, led by the Army's 41st and 67th Mechanized Brigades, 56th Motorized Brigade and 5th Assault Brigade, as well as the 241st Territorial Defense Brigade, held out as long as it did in the isolated and exposed Canal District. As early as late May, Ukrainian analysis group Frontelligence Insight predicted Chasiv Yar will eventually be lost to Russian forces, but the garrison fought on for another 6 weeks. It helped that in mid-April, the administration of U.S. President Joe Biden began shipping munitions to Ukraine again following the collapse of a 6-month effort by Russia-friendly Republican lawmakers to withhold aid. It has also helped the Ukrainian defense that Russia's heavy losses are making Russian regiments and brigades weaker, even as the Kremlin manages just barely to recruit fresh troops to replace the dead and wounded. That's because the pace of the losses compels Moscow to rush fresh troops to the front without adequate leadership, training, or equipment. Russia is less able to build a better quality, large force that might be able to undertake larger-scale offensive operations. That's cold comfort to the Ukrainian troops defending Chasiv Yar, Ryan explained. They fight their battles block by block, regardless of the wider strategic context, and more brutal block battles are likely in Chasiv Yar as the Russians look to extend their gains in one of the few places they're advancing at all. According to the Ukrainian Center for Defense Strategies, Russian forces will soon begin attacks across the Siversky-Donetsk-Donbass Canal in central Chasiv Yar from their positions in the canal neighborhood. In mid-June, several reports disclosed that Russian forces in the Donetsk region were nearing Chasiv Yar, a rail hub where Ukraine says fighting is most intense. According to Vovchansk, the units of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, AFU, withdrew to more prepared and protected positions. The enemy did not leave a single building intact. Vovchansk said that Russia spares neither its own personnel nor its military equipment, and for the Ukrainian defenders, even a small retreat is not important enough tactically, but it saves the lives of our soldiers, he said. Over the past day, 238 bombardments were recorded in the area of Chasiv Yar, following on from 257 the previous day, mostly targeting the southern part of the town. Vovchansk added that 78 Russian soldiers were killed in the Chasiv Yar sector during the day, another 140 were wounded, and 2 were taken prisoner.